Yeah, we get the vibing, don't we? We got some topics to discuss. We get it popping, homie. Just elected like the new mayor, putting on the classic like he Ric Flair. This is Josh Martinez and Z100, home of your favorite music where the beats are bumping. Pick your favorite company, the wait is over. It's a superstar crossover. If I can step out.
Hey, yo, what up? My name is Josh Martinez of iHeartRadio's newest wrestling podcast, the Superstar Crossover and Z100, with my guest, multi-time champion, Finn Balor. What's going on, man?
Josh, good to talk to you, buddy. How are you?
Chilling. In just a couple days, you're going to be a few miles from where I'm at. Barclays Center, Monday Night Raw, season premiere. Tickets available at SeatGeek.com. You've had some fun in Brooklyn. You've had some notable New York City moments. Do you have a particular fave?
Well, one I want to forget is completely destroying my shoulder at Barclays a couple of years ago at SummerSlam. But I got a huge soft spot for Brooklyn. I lived there for a year up in Greenpoint. It's a place that speaks to me, and I feel very at home in Brooklyn. So it's probably the place where I feel most at home, other than Ireland, of course.
Interesting. Now, what is it about Brooklyn or New York City as a whole that makes you go, these are my people?
Yeah, I feel it's the energy. The kind of the melting pot of all the different cultures. Food's great, coffee's great. Weather is very similar to Ireland. We get the seasons, and I just feel at home there.
So I recently got a United Airlines credit card, and I'm looking to go to the UK. I've never left the country before, aside from like a cruise to Mexico.
Yeah,
Ireland is on my list of potential places. As someone from New York City who has never left the country and wants to go to Ireland, any tips for me?
Okay, man, you got to get on the first flight to Dublin straight away. There's normally a flight there in the evening out of JFK every night. So you get on the first flight to Dublin. You can take the train down to the south of Ireland. You can drive up around the rugged west coast, and then you can come back to Dublin for a couple of pints of Guinness.
Fair, I'm in. Beer, that's all I really care about. Beer and a good time.
You'll get both in Ireland.
That's it. I'm with it. Say less. It was between Ireland and England because they know English. And as an ignorant New Yorker, if they don't know English, I'm just like worried that I'm going to spit on the floor and then get arrested or some shit. So I want to prevent that. You mentioned the SummerSlam when you won the Universal title, the first ever WWE Universal Champion. Do you know what the plans were supposed to be for that run, or was it kind of touch and go?
You know what? You're the first person that's ever asked me that question, and I've absolutely no idea what the plans were. I'm very much of the mindset of day by day, and I don't really think too far into the future. I want to handle business today and worry about tomorrow, and that was very much the mindset that I had back then too. And it was I was very focused on winning the championship. I'm not really worried about where it was gonna go or where it was gonna unfold to, or what the story had been projected. But I feel like from that incident, I grew, not only as a performer, but as a human. I learned to overcome and kind of take the goodness out of a bad situation. And, I feel a lot more grounded, since that incident. And, it's been a big learning learning phase for me. Yeah.
You worked well in NXT with Triple H, and now he's at the helm of WWE. What has been the biggest change just for you, whether it's creative or ring style, since that shift has been made?
Just for me, the availability of Triple H at ringside before the shows to just ping ideas back and forth off. That was something that wasn't there in the previous couple of years. And obviously the production meetings that would happen separate to where the talent were. And I feel like that has been the biggest difference in the last couple of weeks. Just that availability of getting clear direction and being able to ping ideas back and forth, and it's been more of a collaboration, of ideas.
So you had success, obviously, with the Bullet Club in New Japan, and now you have a faction with Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest. Was there a plan to have a Bullet Club type faction with a WWE twist?
And we'd kind of alluded to it in the past with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, but I feel like it wasn't ever really fully committed to. And, you know, I don't know what the reasons were for that. But, you know, I feel like we've done the Bullet Club so well in Japan that to try and recreate it, especially in a PG era of, you know, WWE would have been very, very difficult. And for me personally, I'm glad that, you know, we didn't water it down and really, you know, change what it was. And for me, you know, that was a long time ago. You're talking like almost 10 years ago for me. So that was a moment in time, obviously, that I look back at and, you know, remember fondly. But, you know, I'm more about looking to the future and creating something new. That's something that I created a long time ago. And, you know, something that I'm proud of. But, you know, I would rather create something new than kind of, you know, sit on my accomplishments and kind of coast on that one. So I feel like the Judgment Day is something completely new. You know, we got the experience of myself and Priest. We got the youth of Dominic and Rhea. Rhea has this X factor that, you know, we haven't seen in a long time in WWE. Dominic is really, really, you know, pulled on the heartstrings of a lot of people, with turning on his father, which is something that people just absolutely despise right now. So just being, you know, able to stand in the ring and share the ring and feel that emotion, you know, alongside those guys is really, really unique, and something that, you know, I would much rather experience that than kind of just try and recreate what I'd already done.
You talk about creativity, uniqueness. Over the last 2 years or so, you just randomly popped up with tattoos. How many do you have now?
A couple, and I'm sure there'll be a couple more to come. But yeah, it was something that I was always interested in, and just never had the time or the I guess commitment to kind of decide on something. And I kind of threw caution to the wind a couple of years ago and said, let's do it. So I'm sure there'll be more to come in the future too. So
Extreme Rules is this weekend. You are in a dream match, not for fans, but probably for you. How excited are you for this matchup at Extreme Rules?
Very excited. Obviously, from a personal standpoint, I'd given up the idea of ever sharing a ring with Edge a long time ago when he retired 11 years ago. And that's, you know, kind of, there was a spark of hope that was reignited when he returned at Royal Rumble a couple of years ago. But something that I wasn't fully convinced that, you know, we were ever going to get an opportunity to stand in the ring with Edge. But yeah, the match is here. It's advertised, so it's definitely going to happen. You know, just nothing's really going to change unless there's some cataclysmic global event. But yeah, the match is happening. I'm excited. I'm focused. I'm ready, and I can guarantee you, I will not say I quit.
Interesting. Who are your dream matches at this point?
Oof. I'd love to revisit a couple matches that I've had already. AJ Styles, I've only wrestled once in a singles match, and that's something that I would love to revisit. Brock Lesnar is another one that I've only wrestled once that I would love to revisit as well. And the third one would be Roman Reigns, who I feel we've had quite a lot of interactions with. There's certainly some unfinished business there. That's someone who, you know, has just far exceeded anyone's expectations in the ring and outside of the ring over the last couple of years, and is consummate professional. Someone that, you know, I feel like has the respect of the locker room, but obviously he has the attention of the locker room too, and you know, everyone wants to be in there with him. So that's definitely, you know, top of the list. Last year,
Extreme Rules, you went up against Roman Reigns. You get the finish, you get the creative, cool. You know, you're being asked to do something, you're going to do it. In the day or two after, when you go on social media and you really think about it, what is your opinion on that particular finish to that match?
I feel like it's just been left open-ended. And the finish hasn't been addressed. And there was an idea to go a different direction, but then Brock returned and the direction changed. So that's something you have to kind of come to terms with and understand in WWE, that, you know, there's always going to be you know, if one piece of the jigsaw, you know, changes, you know, the whole landscape changes. And you know, if someone gets hurt or someone returns, you know, there's always going to be different ideas and plans put in place. So you just got to be able to adapt to the ever evolving situation, and you know, that's what we have to do. But I feel like that the finish to that match has definitely, you know, caused some water cooler talk, so to speak, and the fact that we're still talking about it a year later is you know, is evidence of that. And I feel like, you know, perhaps in the next couple of months we should really revisit that and address what happened that night.
Now, before I let you go, this is the Superstar crossover.
Yep.
So my last guest was AEW legend Chris Jericho, and he had a question for you.
What do you think of Chris Jericho?
Chris Jericho is not only an AEW legend, he's not only a WWE legend or a Japanese wrestling legend. He's a legend of this business. He's an incredible performer. He's been able to adapt and change his character to suit multiple generations. And I feel like he is a treasure of this industry.
Now I turn it over to you. What is a question you have for our next guest?
Who would you like to see Finn Balor face next?
Perfect. There we go. We'll see you this Monday night. Barclays Center, SeatGeek.com has your tickets. Finn Balor, one more time. This has been an absolute pleasure and an honor. You yourself are an icon and a legend, by the way. But if you want to be humble, that's cool. I'll talk your shit for you.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate you, buddy.